Arcadia Parish, you will always hear them say, don't go anywhere near Jones's pumpkin patch, 'cause there be tatties in there. Now tatties is what we call spooks, or specters, or phantoms, or bogeymen, call them what you will. Now time out of mind, I've grown up hearing this sentence over and over and over again, don't go near Jones's pumpkin. Well, one Halloween, we tossed, but not in the pumpkin patch. When we went there, we wondered why bother it anyway. We didn't believe anything could be there. These pumpkins, they were so shriveled and weird looking, and all the vines twisted over with creepers. It was all full of weeds. It was the worst pumpkin patch in town. It was the worst pumpkin patch you'd ever seen. Well, we went in there, and we both got a couple of pumpkins, and we got out our knives. And we looked around, and it was at that moment that the full moon came out from behind the clouds, and lit up everything bright as day. And when I turned back to my pumpkin, imagine my surprise. It was already carved. Both of them. And so was John. Now, I thought that's strange. But when I looked at it, the face on it, it wasn't kind of like a carved face, if you know what I mean. And it blinked at me. And the other one blinked at me. And John's blinked at us too. And we stepped back. And we dropped our knives. And those pumpkins, they started rocking to and fro, to and fro. And there was a rustling underneath in the earth, as if something was underneath, as if they were trying to rock themselves free, and they were rocking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And there was a rustling and a rocking, and the whole pumpkin patch was alive with rocking, rustling pumpkins. You ever seen a goat with its tail on fire? I'll tell you, that was nothing. We shot out of there so fast. We ran and we ran and we ran and we were screaming, John and me. We were yelling and yelling and yelling. We were running and running. And behind us, we heard this rolling and a thudding and a rolling and a thudding and a rolling and a thudding. And it was every pumpkin in that pumpkin patch, old Jones's pumpkin patch, all rolling after us, rolling, rolling, rolling. Well, what could we do? We ran and we ran and we ran and we ran until we found the steepest hill that we could find. And we ran up that hill, hoping that they could only roll on the flat or downhill. And when we got to the top, our lungs were bursting, and we were shrieking, and we looked back down the hill. I know they were having a little bit of trouble, sure, getting up the hill, but they were rolling back and rocking, and rolling back and rocking to get the momentum, and they were starting coming up that hill. Well, we ran down off the back of the other side of that hill, screaming, 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 until at last, panted, gasping for breath, we came to a tavern. And we were yelling and yelling, Jones's pumpkins, they're coming to get us, they're going to kill us. Because their mouths were open and they were laughing. We came up to that tavern and there were all these men outside. And they were drinking beer and smoking. And they looked at us. And we were screaming, they're going to kill us, they're going to kill us, it's the pumpkins, it's Jones's pumpkins, they're going to kill us. But you know, they didn't laugh, they didn't smile, they didn't do anything like that. They just got up in a bucket. And they went inside. And they took the axes from over the fireplace. And then they went out ahead, behind us with these axes. And they chopped those pumpkins into tiny little pieces. Oh, it was terrible. It was horrible. There was something about it. The mash and the mess they made of those pumpkins. There was something evil about the whole thing. And then, the people of the town, when they heard from these men, they torched, they burned down the whole of Jones's pumpkin patch, the whole thing, all the weeds, everything. The whole farm was on fire. But you know, Jones was never seen again in our part of town or anywhere after that. And the shrieking me and John heard, and those pumpkins were burned alive, burned dead, whatever they were burned. And it was a shrieking, a screaming that you hear in dreams, that goes through your soul, that makes your blood turn like ice. I ain't never going to forget that scream. And John ain't never going to forget it either. But you know, to this day in Arcadia Parish, people still say, don't you go near Jones's pumpkin patch. They still remember where it is. I'll say to you, don't go near Jones's pumpkin patch. Because there'll still be tatties in